World War I. The First World War took place between 1914 and 1918. This was called a World War because 86 nations were involved in it. For the first time in history, the war was fought over land, across seas, and on air. The causes that lead to World War I were 1. Extreme nationalism seen in some countries, and the expansion of imperialism. 2. The division of Europe into two distinctive groups hating one another. And the assassination of a leader that led to the start of the war. This is referred to as the Sarajevo Crisis and was the immediate cause of the war. Nationalism is the love for one's own country. The period leading to World War I saw intense nationalism in nations. Adding to the love for one's own country was the hatred for others. This is referred to as militant nationalism. Then, there was fierce economic competition that led to tensions between nations, many of whom had a built-up of arms for protection and dominance. During this period, nations like Austria, Germany, Hungary had imperial ambitions. They wished to expand their influence and power to form a large empire. All this caused a division amongst the nations in Europe. There were two distinct groups: single states and imperial states. Single nations like France, Britain, Italy, Russia and Holland, which had similar language and culture, had one worldview. While the imperial ones like Austria, Germany and Hungary wanted to establish greater influence and dominance. The Sarajevo Crisis is viewed as the immediate reason for the start of the war. At its center was Archbishop Francis Ferdinand. On the 28th of June 1914, Ferdinand was assassinated. He was the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary. This incident occurred in Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. The assassination was planned and carried out by Black Hand, or the Union of Death. It was a secret society of the extremist Serbian nationalists. When World War I ended, it resulted in big changes. The Versailles Treaty was signed. 3 ruling dynasties were destroyed in this war. The rule of the Ottomans came to an end, and territories were split into separate nations. The 3 ruling dynasties that were destroyed were Romanov, Hohenzollern, and Habsburg. Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia became separate independent states. With this we conclude the topic on World War I.